Hello and a warm welcome to all the viewers of Markets on Money Control. It's Friday and it's the last trading day of the week. And I'm sure you've already made your weekend plans. But before you pack your bags, why not keep track of all the latest updates that can affect your portfolio? I am Mariam Faruqi and I'll be taking you through all the latest updates that can sway the markets. But before that, in news we have North Korea strikes again. The country has launched an unidentified missile in the sea over Japan. So North Korea will be on investors' radar. Other news to watch out for is ICICI Lombard's IPO that opens for subscription today. And the recent development on shell companies is that Tax Department and Corporate Ministry will share audit reports to curb black money. That's the news in focus. Now let's get chatting with Money Control editor Santosh Nair and find out what's in store for us in markets today. Hi Santosh, good morning.
Good morning, Mariam.
So it's raining cats and dogs and I'm still figuring out when the monsoon is going to get over. So how are you dealing with the unpredictability in weather?
Well, Mariam, it seems to be a similar case in the stock market as well. I think there's some cold water that has been poured on the sentiment of bulls because you've been expecting the market to make new highs for 2 days in a row. Now traders have been looking out for that new high and still it's just not happening. Market in a consolidation phase, and looking at the way global markets are playing out today, maybe that trend could still continue.
Well, I agree with you because it was a volatile trading session yesterday because Nifty opened on a flat note, gained momentum, and again throughout the day it was volatile. So what can we expect today?
Well, as I said, probably the consolidation phase could continue for a bit longer because of the latest development in North Korea. So investors once again a bit jittery. Asian markets are trading mixed at this point in time. Yesterday, US markets closed on a mixed note. You also saw selling pressure in European markets. Now, the other bad news for the Indian market is that crude prices have been steadily climbing higher. Remember, both consumer inflation as well as wholesale inflation for August was up, and that's also lowered the probability of the Reserve Bank of India cutting interest rates anytime soon. So clearly the mood a bit cautious for now. The good part is that indices have been trading above the short-term averages. Nifty in particular has managed to stay above the 10,000 mark in the last couple of trading sessions, even though you saw a late sell-off. So the bulls pretty much hopeful, but you may not see any runaway gains immediately.
Right, and how are the markets looking on technical charts?
So technical analysts say that the Nifty has formed a spinning top pattern which kind of tends to indicate indecisiveness on the part of traders. You could see the market once again consolidating for a while. 10,137 is the immediate resistance for the Nifty. That's also the previous all-time high. Once if the index manages to close this mark, probably you could see it climbing all the way to about 10,200. Now on the downside, you're seeing 9980 as a key support level, and below that 9960. But Mariam, the big worry for most market players right now is the steady selling by foreign funds. They've already pulled out close to about 7,000 crore worth of shares this month alone, and little over 12,000 crore last month. Now mutual funds have been steady buyers, but in the face of weak macro indicators and sustained selling by foreign funds, it remains to be seen how long the market will be able to hold at higher levels.
Now let's Santosh tell our viewers how to spend their money wisely. So what are the stocks to watch out for?
So Interglobe Aviation will be in the focus today. The company's qualified institutional placement gets underway. It's been priced in the 1125 to 1175 band, which is at a slight discount to yesterday's closing price of 1196. Now it's a mix of fresh share issue as well as stake sale by existing shareholders. So about 2.2 odd crore shares will be issued afresh, while the rest will be about 1.2 crore shares will be sale of shares by existing promoters. You have Cyient, which has sold its 49% stake in Infotech Aerospace to Pratt & Whitney. So Cyient shares could see some action today. The business line reports that Tata Chemicals is in talk with Indorama to sell its plant at Haldia, and the figure being talked about is about 500 crore, which Tata Chemical could get from the stake sale. Business line also reports that Bamar Lorry will be investing about 150 to 200 crore in industrial packaging and logistic business. Stocks which saw a fair bit of delivery activity on Thursday include mostly names from the technology sector, Infosys, Wipro, and HCL Tech saw a fair bit of delivery based activity. Now the overall outlook on the sector has been quite bleak, but if you look on the F&O side as well, there's been some long build up in futures of technology companies, which indicates that some investors might be taking a contrarian view. They might be of the view that probably there is value at these levels. You're seeing some short build-up in shares of in the FNO of Interglobe Aviation. That's largely because of the QIP, which could lead to an overhang on the stock in the short term.
So Santosh, before I thank you for joining us, can you tell me if you're going to watch Simran today? It's going to release today.
Well, I haven't made up my mind, but I might just give it a pass.
Oh, thank you Santosh for all the updates. That's all for now, but for more cues, views and analysis, log on to moneycontrol.com.